Want to eat like you love your body? This plate does exactly that. I'm showing you how to cook up a super juicy salmon with roasted sweet potatoes and bright, pretty broccoli. Packed with flavor, easy to make, and loaded with nutrients for women over 50. Let's get into it. This is where it all begins, right here in the kitchen. You could squat, lunge, and plank all day, but if your nutrition is trash, you're only getting in 20% of the work. The other 80%, it starts with what you put in your mouth. Let's cook smart, eat well, and feel fabulous. All right, let's start out with some seasonings, some salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, dill, and lemon for brightening and some more flavor. You can use your own combination of flavor. Lord knows there are lots of options out there because healthy doesn't mean bland or boring. Am I right, ladies? Okay, now it's time to get the salmon down. Salmon is a great protein source with 20 to 25 grams of protein for 3 to 4 ounce servings. It's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduces inflammation and supports good heart health, to only name a few benefits. Let's pat the salmon down. All right, time to get that seasoning going. So, first thing we're going to put on is a little bit of salt. And of course, I can't get it out of the ramekin, it's all the way at the bottom. So we're going to sprinkle some salt around. You're more than happy to, more than good to rub it in if you want to. All right, we're going to be moving on to some garlic powder. My seasonings have been sitting out for a little bit while I was filming, so things are a little, chunky. All right, now we're going to be moving on to some fresh cracked black pepper. I like to season up high and like to watch everything fall down over the fish. All right, now we're moving on to a little bit of paprika to add a little bit of color and definitely more flavor. I've never cooked on video before. It is quite nerve-wracking. But I'm here for you. I'm here to have some fun. All right, let's get out my favorite Pyrex dish. Yes, it looks like hell, but it's my favorite. I've had it for years. I'm gonna grease the pan with some avocado oil to prevent sticking. Use the pan you have, a cookie sheet, or wrap the salmon in aluminum foil. It all works. I will have protein options on this channel, not just seafood. Don't forget, protein is the building block of life. It prevents muscle loss and helps you heal after an injury. Women our age need about 1 to 2 grams of protein per body. Women our age need about 1 to 2 grams of protein per pound. Let's give the salmon a bed of dill to lay on. Health benefits: dill contains antioxidants that calms inflammation and also has traces of calcium and magnesium. All right, the star of the show is down. Now we're going to top this off with some lemon. Again, a little brightening. Looks pretty. I like when the lemons char a little bit, gets a little bit brown. Lots of fun. All right, we are moving on. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are our friend, okay? One medium sweet potato will give you about 400% of your daily vitamin A needs. It's packed with complex carbs and necessary fibers, which keeps us full. It also delivers long-term energy. Let's not forget about the beta-carotene, which gives your vegetables color. It also converts vitamin A in our bodies, which supports a healthy immune system and cell repair, amongst other benefits. All right, let's get that parchment paper down again for that easy cleanup. Potatoes down on that parchment paper. All right, we are going to grab a little bit of avocado oil. I don't know about you, but I like my sweet potatoes kind of crunchy. If I would have had a bigger pan, I would have laid them out. A little bit more space in between was making them a little bit more crunchy. All right, now I'm getting that avocado, coat it all over the sweet potatoes. And now we're gonna move on to some seasoning, which is gonna be some kosher salt. And again, with the black, fresh cracked pepper. I need another one of these suckers. I lost a screw that goes on top. It's under my refrigerator somewhere. All right. Adding that avocado oil definitely helps you absorb nutrients in all your vegetables, all right? Moving on to that broccoli. I have to thank my grandmother for making me eat my greens and clean collards and chop lots of vegetables as a kid. We're gonna hit the broccoli with a little bit of avocado oil, all right? Also down on that parchment paper, a little bit of black pepper, and I'm also gonna add some Parmesan cheese, which gives it a nice little taste. And I don't need extra salt because the Parmesan cheese definitely has some salt. Broccoli is a mega food packed with loads of vitamins, vitamin C, B9, K, B6, and E. Extra bonus points for fiber, calcium, iron, and magnesium. Let's get this in the oven. All the cook times will be in the description. And now let's get everything cleaned up. I like to clean as I go in the kitchen. Some people like to pile the dishes up and do it at the end. I like to do as I go. Now I'm going to check in on that fish. It is rocking. Just what I wanted. I cannot wait to eat. Catch you on the other side. This is absolutely delicious. I love crunchy sweet potatoes. Broccoli, super crisp. Don't want to cook out all the nutrients. Remember when your mom would cook broccoli and it'd be gray? Maybe it's just me. Salmon, fantastic. Super good. Ladies, this is good right here. Flavor and fuel. If you're trying to eat better without feeling like you're missing out, this is your sign to keep it simple. If this video gave you some ideas, some motivation, or just made you hungry, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, subscribe if you haven't, and share this with a girlfriend who's trying to get her nutrition groove on. Stay fabulous, stay nourished, and see you in the next video. All right. Shut up.